Hello there, this is episode 9 for Basil, our King of Thieves, for Baldur's Gate Enhanced Edition. Last time, Basil and the crew saved Dynahair, the witch, from the gnolls and the insidious plans of the Red Wizards of Thay. Not because Basil really cares about the geopolitics of Faerun. Good lord, no. No, just because he found Edwin to be lazy and arrogant. I mean, screw that guy. We'll take the sanctimonious witch and her pet lunatic any day of the week. Today, Basil and the crew were originally going to go into the Nashkel mines, but instead, the crew will go around and explore the south, taking on bandits and making decisions, some of which will actually work out for the crew. We're back in Nashkel, and there's a bunch of stuff that we haven't done yet. We're going to go over to the shopkeep, and we're going to go ahead and get a bunch of stuff identified. Basil's going to read how to make friends and influence people. Yes, that's right. He's going to get a permanent charisma boost to bring his charisma, I believe, up to 21 when he's wearing the fancy cloak. We're also going to make sure we sell some stuff and get ourselves equipped for our journey around the south. But, of course, we're going to need to make sure we rest. And in order to rest, we have to take on the bounty hunter. Best way to take on a bounty hunter? Lay down traps. That's right. Basil is going to set 2 traps here. I have a new script that lets him go into stealth. So you'll hear that slight hush every single time he successfully goes into stealth. Or sometimes when he doesn't. But that's just letting you know that he's actually going to be hiding his way through. Here's Nira. We're going to go ahead and try and make a deal with her, but she's not really interested. Instead, she really wants to die. Well, I guess not. She's casting Sanctuary, which prevents us from doing anything. Again, we're going to try to get into stealth again while we have the group distract her. And then Emma goes ahead and asks what on earth that was all about. We let her know, of course, that was just another assassin. That makes 6 total. And Emma, of course, is kind of annoyed that we didn't tell her. We tell her that we tried to, but she wasn't really interested. They kept on tapping into this, you better buck up because you might have a wife someday, Basil. Well, maybe he will, maybe he won't. Basil reads the bounty notice, finds that his bounty has been raised to 680 gold. Good for him. And now he's going to rest. After we rest, we go ahead and head out of town, and we head to the south. Arm ourselves with missile weapons. And we're going to take on some thugs. These are travelers from Obviously, they're nobles, which must mean that they're bad. I'm kidding. It must mean that they're arrogant. Yes, arrogant, which means that they're bad. So, we go ahead and take them on. We're going to make sure we have some spells cast. Viconia, of course, is a fantastic cleric. Basil, of course, is a fantastic thief. Dynahair, very, very good invoker using fireball. And then everybody else is just going to pepper them with arrows. Basil's going to make sure he's out of the way of fireball. Why would she be in the middle of combat? I don't know. But we're going to make sure we get ourselves into combat. Hopefully get that juicy backstab while the rest of the group takes on this noble. And how is this going to go? Oh, spicy. Dynahair wants to talk to us about, looks like she wants to talk to us about our background and what it was like growing up in a library and how she's so jealous. And we're going to be like, yeah, it was full books. You have to read the books. Yeah. Sure. So, we got a nice amount of magic items from this. That's also pretty much the reason why I want to go down south. So I want to get some nice magic items. And of course, how about the locals? This is Albert. Oh, little Albert. Albert's a little boy. He lost his doggy. So, we're going to try to find him. And probably ask him where his parents are. And then we're going to go ahead and help him find his puppy. He gives us a chew toy. That's very important.
Sure.
We go over to the east, where, oh, that's the west. We explore a little bit more of this northern section. And then eventually we'll make our way east. And there we have Roofy. He's a big puppy. I mean, like, really big. Like, what the hell? We're going to also check out this little hidden cove that has 2 scrolls in it. It's got Chromatic Orb, which is an okay spell, and it's got Cloud Kill. We'll take a look at that Cloud Kill spell in a little bit. First, let's chat with Albert. Make sure that we're actually chatting with him. Albert's happy to see his puppy. Oh my god, it's a demon. What the hell? Yeah, that was a demon. He gave us a gem, so that, yeah, not all bad. Anyway, we're going to give Diana Hare the scrolls. She's going to memorize them. Chromatic Orb, and then Cloud Kill. Cloud Kill is one of the most powerful evocation spells in the game, although the recategorization of spells has made it a conjuration spell instead. Yeah, it can automatically kill opponents who are under a certain HP. And we're going to run some bandits and some winter wolves. Double trouble. This idiot here is going to throw darts at us. I guess that's neat. We're going to have Kagan charge the wolves while everybody else reminds these gentlemen that banditry is still a bad decision. She's going to use the Wand of Paralyzation, which is a sexy, sexy wand. And Viconia is going to put him to sleep while Basil moves around. Stealth. Aww, your darts aren't helping. I don't think your armor's going to help either. No, it didn't. And with that, wolf meat's back on the table. I'm going to grab those bracers, though. Those bracers add a nice little to-hit bonus for... they add a nice little hit bonus for missile damage, or missile weapons. And here's Larry. Larry, Daryl, and Daryl. These guys are so cool. So cool. I mean, Basil's a big fan. When you're a big fan, the only thing you can do is get the autograph. Dinehair's a little confused. See? You don't know everything, Dinehair. You don't know everything. You just don't understand. Thanks, Larry. You're the best. So we go ahead and explore a little more, take out some skeletons. And this area is pretty much explored. We're not going to explore every ounce of every area down here in the south, but we are going to try to cover the important events. We do head over to the Nashkel Mines region, but we're not going into the mines yet. Again, we're doing this to get as many magic items as possible. And of course, one of which will be the Wand of Frost, which does a nice spicy amount of damage. This is going to be particularly used against like monsters or anything that we're not expecting to have important things drop out of, just because it does have a tendency to destroy any items that people are carrying. So we're going to try to avoid that. So we're going to move to the east. We're going to check out this mountainous region here. In this mountainous region, the key thing that we're going to run into here, aside from Gibberlings and an occasional bandit, will be, I believe it's Ogrelins, although I didn't see too many Ogrelins. We do have this Flaming Fist mercenary. We're going to tell him that we're adventurers. That always seems to get off nice and easy. He's hunting down a guy named Samuel, who's a deserter. And he offers a bonus in case we find him. Instead, we find winter wolves. More stupid-ass dogs. You know what winter wolves don't like? Fire. You know what Basil likes? Leveling up. Actually, Basil didn't level up there. Instead, that was the Emwyn. But we're going to pick up a couple of gems, including a very, very nice ring. This ring is Bastilia's passport, which grants fire resistance. That would be very nice. This is Hafiz. Hafiz is a astronomer, a gnome astronomer, right? Unlike a lot of the gnomes you run into in this game, he's actually relatively, like, chill. Although, well, maybe chill's not the right word. Humble, I guess. Helpful and humble. He's seen us in his dreams, which sounds creepy until you realize that he's kind of, like, I guess, trying to help. He's trying to be a good guy. So, Basil's got a good feeling about this guy. So Basil's going to tell him a little bit more about where he grew up and how he grew up, and about his dad, and about the monster that killed his dad. So, in this case, telling the truth is not going to be too dangerous, especially considering that it's just this little guy against 6 well-armed travelers. He is very sorry to hear about our father's passing, but he does give us a nice scroll. And the scroll is going to be very, very useful later on in the game. It is a protection scroll. We can't identify it yet, but when we do get it identified, then we will have that in our arsenal to use, which is really kind of nice. Okay, we're going to head north after we take out some gnolls. That was a very quick fight. Yeah, Minsk. Minsk is 2 or 3 at least, just letting you know. So we're going to check out this area north. This area has a lot of skeletons and undead. It's got a lot of tombs that people can investigate, and we can dig up treasure. We actually don't end up doing that with this particular run through, at least not yet. There is, however, one situation we're going to try to resolve. That's right about here. There's this thief. He's panicked. I think he ended up stealing something he should not have stolen. Dynahair is stating the obvious. Thanks, sweetie. And this guy is trying to just give back what he's supposed to give it back. He's going to show us where it is. First off, let's look at what exactly he ended up taking. It's in one of these people's inventory. There we go. It's in Kagan's inventory. It turns out it's a dagger +2. Now, considering we already have a short sword +2, and considering that we don't really need to have it, I don't think there's any harm in giving it back to whatever we're supposed to give it back to. So let's hop inside this cave. It's a revenant who wants revenge, apparently. We have the dagger. Dynahair kind of implores to us that we could give it back and have pity on this creature. We could kill the creature if we wanted to, but it's just no point. I mean, might as well just take it out. In return, we get some nice potions, including a potion of invisibility, very good for a thief, and a potion of freedom. At this point, we're going to go ahead and head to this northern area. This area's got rock alcoves and trees and things like that. It's definitely a good idea for us to rest at this point, because our spells are nearly spent, and a lot of the crew members are tired. At this point, oh, Svarts. Now, Svarts normally aren't that big of a deal, but we want to try taking these guys out as soon as possible, because we have a cow to save. And listen, Basil, if anything, supports the dairy industry. He likes his milk. Alright, let's talk to the farmer here. Farmer's happy about that. And we get a little amount of XP, which is nice. Okay. Dude is apparently hidden. And it's an ogre mage. That's creepy. We're going to go take him out. Cast whatever spells we can at him. to get those mirror images down. He, meanwhile, is going to cast a spell at Viconia, who ignores it because she's a boss. By the way, I don't know if I mentioned this, but Viconia has a resistance to magic. Something like I believe it's like a 25% resistance to magic, or maybe even 50% resistance to magic, which in the original game is like a double-edged sword, but in this game, it just benefits her, which is nice. So, that's part of the Drow Charm. And this is an Ettercap, and he's got a trap, a web trap, which is terrifying because web is not a fun spell. They also have poisoned attacks, which we're pretty lucky that Kagan doesn't get poisoned, although that is helped out by his high constitution and his natural shorty saves. So if you want a little more information on that, check out my race starter guide. Everybody's still trapped inside the tomb. We end up taking a couple items out. Oh look, more bandits. Viconia has something to say about that. The guy says, "The toll is your life." Okay, that's stupid. That's a really stupid thing to say. In fact, I should just kill you on the principle of the fact that that was just a stupid thing to say. What the hell? Viconia is going to cast Hold Person. Dynahair is going to cast Fireball. Everybody else is going to shoot them. Occasionally that happens where a caster will cast a spell and it just ends up in the wrong spot. It shouldn't hold you off from trying to cast spells. You should definitely make sure you're using your magic users effectively. Oh, that was lightning. Random as hell. I'm gonna take out some ogres here. Hold Person is not going to work on the ogres. It will, however, work on other creatures nearby. Particularly those hobgoblins, if we wanted to. But I think Backstab works just as well. So let's go ahead and do that. We woke up the ogre and we brought up all the other ogres, so we're just going to go kill them all. Ogres still aren't any, can still be a bit of a risk to face off against head to head, but if we're smart about it, we should be okay, as long as I don't get struck by lightning. That's second party member to be struck by lightning. And I believe both these guys both broke their weapons. That was nice. And we're gonna cast Cure Poison. The Weather God smiled upon us, taking out that hobgoblin and giving us the XP for it. That's so nice. Go ahead and loot these bodies. And we're going to deal with this other bandit. This one's a half ogre. He seems to be some sort of clan guy who wants to take our iron so that people stop making fun of him. You know when they stop making fun of you also? When you're dead. Yes. Run straight into the volley of artillery that we have loaded up with them. Yes, guys, this is really working out for you. Really working out for you. Take their stuff, including a very nice two-handed sword +1, which really helps out Minsk. It'll help out his speed factor and his critical hit range. We're going here, and we're going to deal with this mage that wants to kill another witch. I'm getting sick and tired of people not being aware.
Leave us alone, will you? Nothing for you here.
The term witch, it's just a female wizard. You dumb piece of crap. You deserve to die as a form of principle. You want to? Yeah, I mock you. Good job, Minsk. Good job, everybody. Well done. So let's go ahead and rescue her. Of course, we're big damn heroes. So we're gonna get a hero potion of heroism. Make sure we don't miss any items here.
Okay.
And with that, we're going to go ahead and head back to Nashkel. And I think that'll be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed. Please feel free to check out my other content, as well as my starter guides and my other playthrough videos. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and good luck. We're all counting on you.